guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Nowhere Fast featuring Kalani.
I think I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like this song's like the melody. Like she's really good.
Yeah, she is. I know. I'm pretty sure I know the chorus.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would recognize it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna do what we usually do. We'll listen to it. We'll break it down.
Yeah.
All right. And again, we are sponsored by Manscaped. It's our newest sponsor. I've been seeing their ads for a while and I finally got their product. So the best thing about it is this light, which is awesome. You can see where you're trimming on your balls, your ass, all that. It's very convenient. And it's water resistant, so you could use it in the shower. It has a ceramic blade, which is awesome. So it helps prevent nicks, ingrown hairs. It's awesome. I got the Performance Package 4.0, which comes with this trimmer, a nose and ear hair trimmer, and it came with boxers, which were awesome, and it came with ball deodorant and ball toner, which I still have yet to use yet. So I will try them out and I will let you know. But it's by far the best buzzer I've ever had. I've used so many of them, and it really is the best. And you can get 20% off and free shipping if you use the promo code WithSmith at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use code WithSmith, which is our promo code for everything. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Very good.
Okay, and we're also sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. Literally one of my favorite meat snacks ever. There's none left. You see this? I ate it all. I need more. This is my favorite one. You guys should really try it if you like meat. Amazing. It's literally like if you turned meat into potato chips, that is what this is. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
I need more now. And you can use the same coupon code with Smith for 15% off your order, and the link's in the description below. You can also use the same coupon code for Chomps, which is my favorite beef jerky, which I also need more of. I think I have like 2 left. I've been like saving them, but I just need to order some more. And you can use coupon code with Smith for 10% off all orders, an additional 10% off subscriptions. And with SeatGeek, you can also use this coupon code for $20 off your first purchase if you're in the market for tickets for like a concert, a sporting event, or like literally anything. They have everything on their site. Everything's electronic. It's great. We used them before. I didn't need a paper ticket or anything, which is great because I always lose the tickets. So the link's in the description below for absolutely everything. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media channels if you want to, like Instagram and stuff. And check out our Amazon storefront. That's it. Everything's in the link below.
So this is track 13 off of Revival, which we're going through now. Do you remember the content of the song at all?
Going nowhere fast.
Yeah, so the chorus. Yeah, there's some annoying talking points in here, which will be interesting, but
Okay.
yes. So all right, here we go. Nowhere Fast.
Sandy Hook, Stoneman Douglas, another lone wolf gunman. Sometimes I don't know what this world has come to. It's blowing up and this whole country is going nuts. And NRA is in our way. They're responsible for this whole production. They hold the strings, they control the puppets. And they threaten to take away donor bucks, so they know the government won't do nothing and no one's budging. Gun owners clutching their loaded weapons. They love their guns more than our children. Shh, think another one just entered in our building, and we'll be
ashes blowing in the air. I was on fire, but we don't care. Yeah, wasted youth, always on the road, never looking back, and we're never getting old. Cause the skies are black, but our hearts made it gold. Fuck doing what you're told. We're going nowhere.
I feel sorry for this beat, sympathy pains for this track. This road is taking me back down memory lane with this rap. I can still look out in this crowd, be wild and be taken aback. I'm simply stating a fact. I had Wembley Stadium packed, but now we're on a path headed to nowhere and fast. Another terrorist attacks like a tariff, blows half of Madison Square up. Alas, we perish in the blast that isn't scaring us. We pass knowing we're fearless, cause we're just
ashes blowing.
Yeah, I see what you mean with the talking points.
Do you remember any of this or no? This just sounds like
No.
newish to you.
I know the chorus.
Yeah, her voice is very good. I don't remember what else she's on, but I like her. She's very good. Okay, so Eminem starts off the song like right away. There's not a long lyrical intro or anything, or Kalani singing. It's him. So he starts off, he says, Sandy Hook, Stoneman Douglas, another lone wolf gunman. Sometimes I don't know what this world has come to. It's blowing up, and this whole country is going nuts. So Sandy Hook was obviously the school shooting in Connecticut,
Yeah.
and Stoneman Douglas was, I was about to say the most recent shooting, but I don't even think it is. Stoneman Douglas was the shooting in Florida, in Miami, a few years ago. I think it was 2019. And after that,
For what?
what do you mean for what?
Like you're saying most recent.
Like school shooting.
No,
Yeah, I
there's been
know.
so many more
That's what
since
I'm
then.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was about to say it is, but it wasn't,
Yeah. For the time period when the song came out, yeah.
Yes, for sure it was then. That was in Miami, and that's where a bunch of the students afterwards started the March for Our Lives, like the gun protest
Yeah.
things, if you remember. And then another lone wolf gunman. So a lot of these people they're not like standard like terrorists that are doing it for like an ideology necessarily. They're not member of a group. They're just like,
They're just miserable and hateful.
yeah, losers. He doesn't know what this world's come to. It's blowing up. The whole country's going nuts. So, he's like, what's going on? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And he continues, and the NRA is in our way. They're responsible for this whole production. They hold the strings that control the puppets.
So, I mean, if you took a gun away from like Adam Lanza with Sandy Hook, you don't think he would have just went up in there with a knife and did the same thing? Maybe he would have been stopped before. He could have done more damage, but you think he would just like, oh, I can't get a gun. I'm not going to do anything about it. Like, no, he's crazy. He
Yeah,
was going to do what he wanted to do no matter what. I
yeah.
mean, it happens in other countries that don't have guns. People just resort to knife violence. Like, it doesn't make violence go away.
No, I agree. So, I mean, the argument would be like, yes, you're not going to be able to kill as many people with a knife. So
No,
that's
but
what people would say to that. You know what I mean? But I agree. Where in America here, there's 400 million guns. They're not getting uninvented. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And, you know, um, shooting people is illegal already. So,
yeah,
like, taking away the guns, saying, like, you can't have any guns, criminals aren't going to abide by that anyway. You know what I mean? And it
exactly.
just leaves, it's weird because the same people that are saying, like, take away citizens' right to own firearms, they're saying that the police are racist and they're going around indiscriminately killing people. So, you literally want to make it where the police, who you say are these crazy, evil people, are the only ones with the guns. Like, that's
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
yeah, that's crazy. Plus, there's the timing factor. If someone breaks into your home, you call the cops. They got what, 5, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'd rather
A
just shoot
gun.
the guy in the face.
But anyway, so we're making it very clear where we stand on
Well, yeah,
guns.
it's more
But
of a libertarian view. If you want to
yeah,
have a gun, you can have a gun. If you don't want to have a gun, you don't have to, but you not wanting a gun doesn't mean that someone else can't have one. Like, I always think about this when you hear, like, oh, someone just shot up like a Walmart or something like that. Like, if I was there and I was able to conceal carry, I would have just shot the guy who did that, and
so
then it would have been over. Like, why do we not have faith in people that some people can own guns for good and not for bad?
the other thing is that I forget there's a number, but like shootings on this scale, like something like 90 something percent of them are done in gun-free zones. So that's why it happens in
Yeah, because they have
schools.
nothing to worry about.
Exactly, because no one's going to stop
You're
them.
not going to do it in like the heart of one of the states where you can conceal carry, open carry, like free for all.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, so he says the NRA is in our way. So he's talking about the National Rifle
Yeah.
Association, which they are a lobby, they're a pro-gun lobbying
Well, they're
group.
literally a gun. It's literally rifle
Yeah.
association.
So it's interesting. They actually are like kind of like corrupt, like their finances, like they're not the greatest representatives, for gun rights. However, the idea that like the NRA, so I have the lowest opinion ever of politicians, you know what I mean? I think they'll do anything for money.
Well, yeah.
But with that being said, I don't believe that there's politicians out there that are like anti-gun, right? And then the NRA comes along and then they just change their position and start saying guns are good. Like I don't really believe that that's happening on any large scale, at least. So the I think the power of the NRA is kind of overblown. You know what I mean? But either way, Eminem's saying that the NRA is the reason why school shootings are happening, which is insane. They hold the strings and control the puppets, so obviously the politicians.
Better mental health care.
That's yeah, for sure. Okay, so he continues, and they threaten to take away donor bucks, and they know the government won't do nothing, and no one's budging. Gun owners clutching their loaded weapons. They love their guns more than our children. Shh, I think another one just entered in our building and will be.
People who are members of the NRA and truly value the ability to own a gun do it in order to protect
Well, so no,
our
no,
children.
no, it's even worse. He's not even talking about the gun owners. I mean, he's talking about gun owners here, not even the NRA. He says gun owners
No, I
clutching
know.
their
I'm
loaded
saying
weapons.
any gun owners, anyone, they own guns to protect themselves and their loved ones and everyone around them.
Yeah,
Like, if I
so
have a gun, I don't have one
yeah, so you're
for bad reason.
you're familiar with Ben Shapiro, but so he talks about this argument in particular very popularly, that the idea that you feel that because I don't agree with you on policy, on what policy should be done, that you think we don't care about children dying. Like that's like the lowest, like ad hominem attack about someone's character. Oh, because you don't want to do enact the same policy banning guns, it means you don't care about children dying. As if,
No, I think that there should be someone at the school who literally has a gun and
yeah,
can shoot anyone who comes in trying to kill the kids. No one was there. No one had a gun.
for sure.
At Sandy Hook, no one could defend themselves against one young idiot with a gun.
Yeah, it's
Like,
wild.
I
So,
don't, like, I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but I think we all have a right to protect ourselves. And while they can increase the vetting and make sure that people who really should not have guns don't have guns, that's fine. But I think that we would be doing everyone a disservice by disarming people
yeah, it's
because, I mean, would you want to be out in public, like walking around and with a bunch of crazy people around you, and then someone starts shooting up the place with an illegal gun and there's nothing anyone can do about it? Like, no.
well that's like the craziest thing to me is that criminals don't listen to laws. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we have an opiate problem, right? Why don't we ban heroin? Why don't we make heroin illegal?
It
Oh, it
is.
is. And people are still dying. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, the gun laws, too. Like, it's already illegal to go into a school and shoot children. Like, that's already illegal. So, the fact is that laws aren't going to correct this. Do you know what I mean?
No,
And you're literally not going to be able to get away 400 million guns in the United States. So,
no.
that, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Like, there's no going back. And our personal belief is you have a God-given right to defend yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is a bullshit line. This is like the most like I've ever like been annoyed by
I don't know a
Eminem.
single person who loves their gun more than their child,
No, no, so loves their guns more than our children,
than other
meaning
people, than anyone else in the whole
so
entire
he
world.
he's implying that he's not saying like they don't care about their own kids. He's saying, oh, they love their guns more than they love our kids, which is a disgusting thing to say. I mean, I'm not offended by it, but it's like, come on, like that's
Yeah.
obnoxious and bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the crazy thing is like as if because typically Republicans, although it wasn't always like that, like right wingers are, known for being like pro gun, but the idea that like right wing people don't have children in these schools is
Yeah,
crazy.
it doesn't make
Do you know what I mean?
people at the end of the day, people just want to be able to protect themselves and people they care about, their neighbors, their friends, everyone.
For sure.
Like
So,
there are the select few who have guns for the wrong reason, but like most people don't.
yeah. And then, yeah, so I think another one just entered our building and then we'll be. Okay, that was just the intro and we're already 15 minutes in,
Thank
which
God.
is crazy. All right. So well, no, he finishes up there and then Kalani comes in. Ash is blowing in the air. Our world's on fire, but we don't care. Yeah, wasted youth, always on the road, never looking back, and we're never getting old because the skies are black, but our hearts made of gold. Fuck doing what you're told. We're going nowhere fast. So they're kind of lamenting the fact that. So it's actually weird the way How do you interpret this chorus when they're saying the world's on fire, but we don't care? You take it as they're lamenting it, right? Not saying like fuck it, let it burn, right?
No, I take it like they don't care. I mean, how else would that mean?
No.
Fire, but I don't care. Like,
No, but is that a positive thing or like the world's on fire and we
well,
don't
what's the
care
next
about it?
part again?
Wasted youth always on the road, never looking back because the skies are black, but our hearts are made of gold. So it sounds like it's a critique, like, hey, the world's on fire and nobody cares what the fuck is wrong with everybody.
Yeah,
Or it's the world's on fire.
no, I
Who
think you're
gives a
right.
shit?
Yeah.
So like they're lamenting the fact that things are getting bad.
Mhm.
And this is fuck doing what you're told, we're going nowhere fast. So it's like, what's going on? The world's turning to shit. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Eminem comes in first verse. So it's interesting the way he delivers his lines. They kind of break up here. So I'll mention it in one specific part I'm thinking of. So he comes in. I feel sorry for this beat. Sympathy pains for this track. This road is taking me back down memory lane with this rap. I can still look out in this crowd, be wowed, and be taken aback. I'm simply stating a fact. I had Wembley Stadium packed. So it's just regular shit
Yeah,
talking.
nothing crazy.
So this is a weird song because it's on one hand it's like a critique of all the craziness and like terrorist attacks and violence in the world, but then it's
Yeah,
also like him coming in saying like I'm the best rapper. And in my opinion, I feel like they don't mix well
I don't think
necessarily,
so either. I don't know.
but the song sounds good. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
sonically, so it's a weird thing. But yeah, he's killing this track. You know what I mean? Um, and so he's saying, I could look out at this crowd, be wild and taken aback. So he's saying like he still has like a gratitude for his life. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
his career and his fans. And then he says, I'm stating a fact. I had Wembley Stadium packed. So Wembley Stadium's is it in London? I know it's in the UK,
I
but
never heard of it.
he was selling out. He like sold out back to back dates there, which it's a giant. It's like something like 100,000 people, something like that.
Oh
90,000.
wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Then he continues, but now we're on a path heading to nowhere and fast. Another terrorist attacks like a tariff, blows half of Madison Square up, alas. So, see what I mean about the kind of awkwardness of he's talking his rap shit, and then he in the same verse he just goes right into critiquing the world
Yeah.
for some reason. There's some sort of disconnect here, even though this probably isn't the first time he's done something like this. But anyway, so he does this cool little line here. We're heading nowhere fast, meaning, we're screwed. And then he says, another terrorist. And then, like, the beat kind of breaks. And then he says, attacks like a tariff. So, like, tariff is a form of taxation. So,
Oh
attacks.
yeah, like tax. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what he does. Another terrorist attacks like a tariff. So, playing on that word. Blows half of Madison Square up a less. So, now it's like he's imagining, this scenario where, Madison Square,
Yeah,
which,
and it's like the end of the world and stuff.
yes, we perish in the blast, but that isn't scaring us. We pass. Nowhere we're fearless because we're just. So it's weird though, because then this line makes it seem like we're not scared to die.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it kind of brings into question the exact tone of the chorus again for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
I
know,
don't know
but
if he means it as, or she means it as like, oh, who cares that the world's going to shit? Or do you know what I mean?
yeah, the song's got me
Like, just bring it
confused,
on.
to be honest.
All right. Either way, this is where we left off,
Yeah.
and we will pick it up.
That's knowing we're fearless, cause we're just
Ashes blowing in the air. Our world's on fire, but we don't care. Yeah. Wasted youth, always on the road, never looking back, and we're never getting old. Cause the skies are black, but our hearts made it gold. Fuck doing what you're told, going nowhere.
fuck doing what you're told. Act like a 2-year-old. Shit is soon to go kaboom and blow anyways. For MCs it's a funeral when I'm devising this rhyme. Cause I'm awake in your morning, that's why I rise and I shine. Like a new day has dawned on me. Gusto, guts, bravado, nuts, and plus I kick up dust and cuss a lot. I musta got you in somewhat of a debacle. Plus some stuff that's awful really don't mean nothing, although there's a lot of shit I said in jest that's tough to swallow. But if at times my heart it seems like it's in the wrong place, it's probably cause it's on my sleeve. Keanu Reeves, speed of life, avoid a veer, or just steer toward it. We're only looking forward, but where we're going, we have no idea. Nowhere to go, but hysterical. It's getting warm in here. I set the world on fire. Was born to be an arsonist. Just one spark and it's lit, but I'ma still get dark on this shit. Told you I'd leave my mark on this bitch. War machine, but you forced me in the corner. I'm sure to have something for your ear. And in the course of the assault, this torture gets more severe. Go to war with me, you end up blue to Timbuktu. I send it you a 10-ton nuke like Kim Jong-un and end up ruining your career. But when all is said and done, and at the end of my run, I just rewind clocks. Forever young, make time stop. Will I ever fall off? That day I'll never come to the pine box. Bitch, fuck you. I'm better than I ever was. Till the bomb drops, hope it never does. But I'm not gonna sweat it, cause this world's screwed, it's already fucked, and I'm on top. So everyone's just
Ashes blowing in the
Okay. That was our last pause.
Yeah, there's so much there.
I know.
Jeez.
Because I believe it's just her singing for the rest of it, but
Oh, really?
yeah, I
Okay.
think. All right. We don't care, blah, 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 blah. Where is this second verse? Okay. Eminem comes in, second verse. Fuck doing what you're told, act like a 2-year-old. Shit is soon to go kaboom and blow. Anyways, for MCs, it's a funeral when I'm devising this rhyme. Okay, so again, this is creating the confusion in me about what the chorus means again. Because he's saying, fuck doing what you're told. Act like a 2-year-old, meaning like, do whatever you want. So
Yeah.
it does sound like they're saying, who cares that the world's ending?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, who gives a shit? Just do what you want to do.
Maybe.
But again, it seems like it was a critique. So I don't know. It could just be going over my head. Maybe I'm dumb.
I'm confused.
I know. So then, yeah, shit's about to go kaboom and blow. So, the world's gonna end, or civilization as we know it, at least. And then he pivots again. He says, anyways, for MCs, it's a funeral. So then he's going back from like
Yeah, like
the
to
world,
dissing other people
the,
again.
the
Yeah.
world's ending, but more about, rap.
Yeah, it's
Which,
so funny because you like love Eminem, but I can tell you're like really not enjoying
no,
this
this song is,
song at
yeah,
all.
it's like, oh man, I don't know what's going on here. So it's cool. Again, it sounds good, the song, like
Yeah.
sonically,
Like
but
when you first played it for me, I'm really bad at listening to like rap verses. So like I'm not hearing like a word that's being said. And then I
yeah,
just hear the chorus. I'm like, that's a good song.
yeah, no.
And you're like, I'm surprised you like it. And I'm like, why?
Yeah. So he says, for MCs, it's a funeral when I'm devising this rhyme. So he's killing it, people. Then he says, because I'm awake and you're mourning. That's why I rise and shine like a new day has dawned on me. So that's a really cool scheme there. So he says, I'm awake and you're mourning. So obviously, mourning,
Like the mourning, but like also mourning like death.
yes, because it's the MC's funeral, which goes back to the few lines before. And then he says, that's why I rise and shine.
Like
So,
what you do in the morning.
yes, which also is what the sun does. And
Yeah.
then, like a new day has dawned on me. So,
Like the sun. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so that's a nice little scheme there. Then he says, gusto, guts, bravado, nuts, and plus I kick up dust and cuss a lot. I must have got you in somewhat of a debacle, 'cause some stuff that's awful really don't mean nothing, although there's a lot of shit I said in jest that's tough to swallow. So again, he's just shit talking. He's got bravado, guts. He
Yeah.
curses. He starts shit. Um, and then he says a lot. There's a lot of shit that I said in jest that's tough to swallow. So meaning like, oh, he's just joking around, and it bothers some people.
For sure.
And then on that note, he says, but if at times my heart it seems like it's in the wrong place, it's probably because it's on my sleeve. So he's pretty much saying like, I don't mean all the crazy shit that I say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we know that, but he's explicitly saying it, meaning like he does care about things. He's not like a person that just is like so negative and doesn't give a
Yeah, and
shit.
like uncaring.
Which again is giving me the confusion with the fuck doing what you're told, act like a 2-year-old. Like it's
Yeah, I don't know. Like I get the vibe that he was going for with this song. Like he didn't just want to make it all a political statement, but then also just wanted to put in like what he usually raps about. And then it just like is a little confusing
yeah,
paired with the chorus. You're having trouble, it's like having trouble taking away what the message is with the song a little bit.
yeah. So I get the message generally, but again, I can't tell if he's saying it's a good or a bad thing. Which, because he's obviously saying all these bad things are happening, it sucks. But then it's also like, whatever, man.
Yeah, I guess just like realizing that it's bad, but then realizing there's nothing you could do about it. So you're just like, well, can't worry about something if I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. All right. So then he continues. So he says, I actually have to start again. So, but if at times my heart seems like it's in the wrong place, it's probably because it's on my sleeve. Keanu Reeves, speed of life, avoid or veer, or just steer toward it, because we're only looking forward, but where we're going, we have no idea. So he wears his heart on his sleeve, and then Keanu Reeves, speed of life. Keanu Reeves is in the
Use like
movie
the movie.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing a play on that. We're only looking forward, but we have no idea where we're going effectively. So it's uncertain the future. Nowhere to go but hysterical. It's getting warm in here. I set the world on fire, was born to be an arsonist, just one spark and it's lit. But I'ma still get dark on this shit. So again, nowhere to go but hysterical. What?
I guess it's just the end of the world. Like he's just like still, I don't know, like the end of the world is happening all around him, but like he's still just like, alive while everyone else is dying, I guess.
Yeah, but then it's like the chorus with the world's on fire, but we don't care. So nowhere to go, hysterical. I don't know. This might be so simple, and maybe me and you are just like over analyzing or trying to get something out of this that isn't there, but it's confusing me. But anyway, he does this cool scheme here. It's warm in here. I set the world on fire. I was born to be an arsonist, just one spark and it's lit. So, he sets the world on fire. So, like, he's the one setting the world on fire, which is interesting.
Yeah, so then it's not all the problems in America.
So,
Is he intentionally setting the world on fire?
so I don't know. And it's confusing because he's talking about two things. And then he says, but I'm gonna still get dark on this shit. So he goes from one spark and it's lit, setting the world on fire, but I'm still gonna get dark. So his content, the
Yeah.
dark stuff. Then he says, told you I'd leave my mark on this bitch, war machine, but you forced me in a corner. I'm sure to have something for your rear. Okay, so War Machine was a UFC fighter who like beat almost to death his girlfriend, who may have been a porn star. I don't remember. Either way, there's like pictures of her. He like almost killed her, beating her. So I told you I'd leave my mark on this bitch, War Machine. So War Machine left his mark on her. He says, but you forced me in a corner. And then he does this cool little thing. I'm sure to have something for your rear. So I'm going to have something for your ass, but it also sounds like your ear, something for your rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Then he continues. And in the course of the assault, as torture gets more severe, go to war with me. You'll end up blue to Timbuktu. I send at you a 10-ton nuke like Kim Jong-un and end up ruining your career.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, so he's talking about how bad, he's killing people. And then he does this war scheme with blue with like a bomb, and then the nuke, Kim Jong-un, ruin your career. Self-explanatory. Then he says, but when all is said and done, and at the end of my run, I'll just rewind clocks, forever young, make time stop. Will I ever fall off? That day will never come. Tell the pine box, bitch, fuck you. I'm better than I ever was. Till the bomb drops. Hope it never does. But I'm not gonna sweat it 'cause the world's screwed. It's already fucked, and I'm on top. Everyone's just. So this is relatively straightforward. The line where he says, at the end of my run, I'll just rewind clocks forever young. So meaning like he's just always gonna go back.
Yeah.
He's always gonna be relevant. Like he's always gonna be awesome, killing it. You know what I mean? So he will have kind of a legacy, and he's never gonna be not great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, till the bomb drops. I hope the bomb. And he says, I hope it never does. Meaning like, okay, the world might end. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay.
So, okay, that kind of gives me a little more context. So he is saying, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like just, it is what
Because
it is.
you personally
Because you
can't do
can't
anything.
change it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so maybe we were hasty in critiquing,
I don't
not
know.
listening at all. All right, that's it. We're going to play the rest of this out.
Yeah.
So everyone's just
Ashes blowing in the air.
so what?
Our world's on fire, but we don't care. Yeah. Wasted youth, always on the road, never looking back, and we're never getting old. 'Cause the skies are black, but our hearts made of gold. Fuck doing what you're told. We're going nowhere. 'Cause we're going up, going up, going up, going up.
everything hard-headed and we're stubborn. So we're in, out the other. When we're young, who knows what the future for us could hold? Another shooter, uh-oh. No more tomorrows. We're done, and all we are is
ashes blowing in the air. Our world's on fire, but we don't care. Yeah. Wasted youth, always on the road, never looking back, and we're never getting old. Cause the skies are black, but our hearts made it gold. Fuck doing what you're told. We're going nowhere. Cause we're going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going nowhere. We're on the ride of a life, going nowhere fast.
All right. So we just got a little bit of Kalani stuff to go over.
Yeah.
We actually didn't go over her part of this part. So when she says wasted youth always on the road. Okay, so let me go back here. Ashes blowing in the air, the world's on fire, we don't care. Okay, so the ashes are from the world being on fire, right? Although in the next part, after Eminem does his little thing, Eminem says like we are, and then she continues with ashes blown in the air. So it's like the people are the ashes, which is interesting. So wasted youth always on the road. So youth being wasted, which is
They're just like doing whatever they want to do, like not contributing to society, and then never looking back and never getting old. They're just being kids.
but the always on the road line. So I guess that goes with the
When we're in high school, we're always on the road. We're like never home.
so going nowhere fast though. So I think you know what I mean. Like they're on the road going nowhere.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then never looking back, we're never getting old. So I don't. So never looking back, never getting old. Is that like saying like, oh, we're not learning from our mistakes?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
This-
fuck everything.
Yeah, the skies are black, but our hearts are made of gold. Fuck doing what you're told. Again, this is very, very confusing to me.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about.
And then she does because we're going now. I love this part. This is probably my favorite part of the song, where she's like,
Yeah.
because we're going no. Her singing is really good. We're going nowhere. We're on the run of our lives, going nowhere fast. And then Eminem does his little singing here. He says, you can't tell us nothing, hard headed, and we're stubborn. So one ear and out the other. When we're young, we're young. That's self explanatory. Who knows what the future for us could hold? Another shooter. Uh oh. No more tomorrows. We're done. And all we are is, and you hear we're on the run of our lives. And then just back to the chorus. And that is it. One of our lives. All right. So, nowhere fast.
Yeah, this is probably such a bad reaction, and I'm so sorry about that, but I know this song. I've heard it before and I love the chorus, but like everything else, I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like Eminem's really, really good. Like I'm not gonna say he's bad. I don't think he's bad. The song is good. I'm just not really understanding it, and it's lost me a little bit, and my head's starting to hurt. So I'm just like, I'm kind of like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So, the trap that my personal opinion that Eminem fell into with this album and like songs like this in particular is that people absolutely hate hearing rich, famous people like talk shit about them for the way they're living their lives and like pushing political opinions and literally saying like, oh, you're holding onto your guns because you love them more than our children. Like people find that obnoxious and offensive, and people just instinctively are like, fuck you, even if people agree with some of those views. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't like being preached to, feel like the people are looking down from their ivory tower telling you, this you're living your lives wrong and why aren't you doing this? And
Yeah.
like it bothers people. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
And I think that this is how a lot of people received this album and like songs like this in particular.
Well, you can just tell by how many people actually watch the reactions that we do. Like,
Oh yeah.
you can tell when it's a good album. Like, way more people watch them than like the songs from this album.
Yeah, we've done every album prior to this, and they're all
Mhm.
roughly about the same. This is
Yeah,
like
this is our least watched
album
album.
for sure, by far. I mean, there's a chance we like all of a sudden out of nowhere got really bad and nobody wants to watch our videos anymore.
Maybe we did.
But again, the songs are like, not as popular.
No.
So it's interesting. He does make some corrections on his next album, and he kind of like backpedals a little bit.
Well, because this song feels forced.
It does.
Because it feels like there's politics here, then Eminem rapping how he usually does, and then more politics, and it's like, think you have to?
Yeah. So again, I've said this on every song where he's stated political beliefs that I don't agree with. I respect him for stating what he believes in,
Yeah,
even though I think he believes like some fucking nonsense.
I love how originally Taylor Swift never told anyone what her political views were.
Yeah.
Then she eventually came out and said something and like ruined it for herself. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a celebrity, we don't need to know what your
No,
views are. Like,
it's in everything.
and half the celebrities lie anyway.
To be fair, music has always been political. There's been protest songs. Like some of the most popular songs from our parents' generation was like anti-Vietnam songs. You know what I mean? Anti-war stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know, there's something different though about it. It
Well,
seems
those
politics.
songs were more like song-like, and maybe like you had to read through the metaphors to really know what they were talking about. This
Yeah.
is just blatant, like, fuck the NRA.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And okay, so that's the other thing too. A lot of it was critiques of the politicians, you know what I mean? And the policies. On this song, there's two different instances where Eminem's just talking about half of the country, the citizens, not the politicians. You know what I mean? Saying, "Oh,
yeah,
if you own a gun, you don't care about dead kids," which is like insane. And
yeah,
he's not talking about the politicians. He's talking about regular, everyday, hardworking Americans who love their kids more than anything in the world. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And then it's like, oh, Eminem got arrested on gun charges and he used to have guns and he lost his right. And
He's
it's like,
allowed to have guns.
no, no. So well, I don't know if he got it back, but
Oh,
we learned from the Eminem show his charges, pistol whipping. So he believed in guns. So it's like,
so is he just mad that he doesn't have them now? Now no one can have them?
well, no. So he did. He said that he had a change of heart, guns are bad, blah blah blah. But so I don't know. Maybe he would say that he was a bad
Guns are
person
bad
back
in the
then.
wrong hands.
Yeah, it can't do anything by itself. But whatever. Um, yeah, we just talk so much politics on this, which is
Yeah,
so
we
funny.
did. And just to reiterate, like, I just really believe that everyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to, whenever they want to. Like, if you want guns, you can have guns. If you want to be gay, you can be gay. If you want to, I don't know, have like
Anything.
10 wives, like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Go do you. Have like 6 wives and like 5 husbands. Like,
you just can't
fine.
infringe on other people's rights.
Yeah,
The
no.
non-aggression
And we should
principle.
all be able to do whatever we want within reason. Like,
It's-
you can't go out and kill someone. No, I don't agree with that. But
yeah,
if you want to, do this or do that and it's legal, go do it. I don't care.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But all right. So definitely check out Manscaped, Carnivore Snacks, Chomp, SeatGeek, or Amazon storefront. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Bye.